Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Hey, welcome back, everybody. See, I've studied energy. I'm not the expert, I'll say that. But I realize that energy is everything. And there's energy in us. We all have different types of energy. There's energy in a pen. There's energy in the chair you're sitting on. Interestingly, you can manipulate energy to your advantage, especially when you're dealing with other people. She has that power as a spiritual magic practitioner. And we've talked about energy and a lot of things that can be done. Today, we're going to talk about a way to change your abundance situation, i.e. the money situation, your job and career and all of that by manipulating energy. Dr. Love joins us once again here on the program. She is our professional of the year. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Steve?
Good. So last time we were here, we were talking about manipulating energy to your advantage when it comes to relationships, and call it a love spell if you want to. Today, we're going to look at the spell, but we're going to look at that in the direction of getting what you feel you deserve in terms of money, abundance, job, career. Am I saying that right? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, yes, you are. And we don't have to use the word spell. We could use it charming. We could use it, whatever you want to call it, okay? For bringing it into your favor.
Spell,
manifesting.
I like that, because I think spell sets, from TV and movies when you were a kid, the magic spell and all that, but it is, I get it. So we're manifesting, manipulating, however you want to call it.
Yes, we're charming it in our favor. We are calling it on to the universe to bring us what we're deserving.
Manifest. Before we even get to how this is all done, is it a principle of manifestation?
It depends on the intention. You can manifest good and you can manifest bad. That's something I really don't want to get into at this time. People do manifest bad for others. It's true. It happens. But that's a different subject. So we can talk about the good. Okay. So let me go forward with one of my simple spells, because I don't want to really reveal too much on camera, because they are very sacred.
Sure.
So we'll call this the sweetening jar. And this is just a little jar I'm using. So I could do it in a couple different ways for the individual. It doesn't have to be for romance or love all the time. It could be for career. It could be for a situation to happen in your favor. It could be literally to win a contest. I'm just setting it out there. I even get people that want to win the lottery. So the jars go two different ways. We could do it with water and sugar, or we could do it with honey.
It truly is. It truly is sweet.
Yes. So I'm just going to give you a simple idea. So let's say that you give me one of your personal wishes. We place it into the jar. There are certain things that you have to do on the letter, on the wish, to make it personal for you. I'm going to place it into the jar with special sugar. I use cane sugar, and I also pray over it as well. And we'll do a vortex, okay? We'll do a vortex. You will be focusing on it, on the intention. Once it's done, once the energy is set, we don't open the jar. You leave it alone.
Wow.
Okay. You got to leave it alone. This one happens really quickly. Cases, you get fast results, but not that long lasting. The honey one is more long lasting, slower results, but long lasting. So people usually like to use that one for love.
Why is there a difference between sugar and honey?
Well, honey is slower. It's the process.
Yeah, and honey can last forever. Doesn't even. It's all basically in the handbook. I mean, if you really dig deep into it and understand, it's there. Honey is my understanding, honey is the only food that never spoils. That never spoils.
No, it doesn't. And that also goes into a lot of my potions that I make for people. I also make special potions for clients. I mentioned it the other day, I can charm your own cologne for you. I also make beauty and self-care potion.
Wow.
It goes deep. It works.
So I want to get a feel for this. So the cologne I wear, which is called Fierce, I'll have you know. I think it's Abercrombie.
That's a good one. I like the way that smells.
Right?
I know it smells good.
And they put out a fierce blue, but they discontinued it. So I have like a couple of extra bottles of it. It's just I like it a little bit better, but they're kind of the same. So if I wanted you to make that, I wear it and instantly it does something for other people. And I'm not just talking like a love connection. You could be in a business meeting and somebody gravitates over to you and they're interested in hearing what you have to say, whatever it might be. Does somebody send you their fragrance, or do you remotely do it? Like, what goes on?
Both. So sometimes people be like, no, I want you to do it personal, or I'll walk you through it. And because I can send you my energy and teach you how to do it at home.
Gotcha. Okay.
I do that a lot,
Wow.
Then you get the scaredy cats, and the scaredy cats is just like, I'd rather you just do it.
Well, okay. So why are people a little put off, a little fearful because of watching movies and TV and, spells could be evil, when it could go wrong. No. Yeah, or can you do something? Can you mess it up? Can things go bad?
I've only seen it go bad when the intentions are bad.
Okay.
To be honest with you, these are charming. You're charming the earth to work in your favor. Mother Nature has given us all these tools.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. Cinnamon is very special for finances. I work with herbs. So there's a lot of things that God has gave us, Mother Earth has gave us, that we can use to our own advantage to manipulate the energies to work in our favor.
So you would use different concoctions, however you want to phrase it, depending on what the goal is, and then set the intention?
Exactly.
Wow. Any case studies, things that you've come up with for somebody and they gave you the results? They came into more money, they got a new job, they have.
I get that a lot, and that's where I get my repeated clients. They need more, they need more, they need more. Yes.
Wow.
They're like, okay, the love worked. I need to buy my own business. Then once they get the business, I need it to be successful. I need clients to start walking through the door. So it goes on and on and on. Whatever they need, we fix it. We set it. But like I said, their energy has to be involved too. Now, there is cases where it'll fail if they don't believe in it.
Which is for anything. Like if somebody goes to a hypnotherapist and they want to quit smoking, but let's say their spouse, partner, whatever, brought them there. And they're like, well, I'm showing up. I know you want me to stop smoking. This is not going to work, but I'm here I'm just going through the motions just to make you happy. But here, if they're not believing it's going to work, it's not going to work.
Exactly. And I do that too. I won't call it a hypnotherapy, but we'll call it charming again. I've had many cases where people want to stop cigarettes, stop a lot of stuff that I'm not going to mention on the air.
So this thing that you do, there's many different applications. You just change the way you set it up.
Exactly. There's a different recipe for everything. Believe it or not, there is a different recipe. It's like cooking.
Wow.
Do you want a soup or do you want a chili?
Right.
It's
a different recipe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How long does it take to see results?
It all depends. I'll throw a stupid one out there. I get people that want to be famous. That takes a long time. Okay. For myself, for me, I think it takes sometimes, a couple of years for them to get, their career exactly the way they want it to be.
But that's understandable because there's a lot of steps involved,
There's so many, and it's involving so many different people. So it's not just them, you're working with so many different more energies. Yeah.
Like if it's, I want you to find me the perfect person, the love of my life, whatever it is. You just need to connect with that one person.
Exactly.
So, right. Okay. Now I see it. And
define your match like that. Usually I see results with finding the person a couple of weeks.
Super cool. Start mixing for me.
I will.
Is it different for every person? Like, would you read somebody's energy and say, I'm just hypothetical. I'm going to use honey, or I'm going to use whatever.
Yes. Yeah. Like for you, Steve, for instance, I would use honey because you're looking for the long-term goal. You're not looking just for a fast fix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
We can get a fast fix, And some people just want that fast fix. Some people just want that one night stand. Believe it or not,
No, I get it. That'll be all weekend for me. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, but
Keep
yeah,
an eye going.
break that spell. Break that spell. Interesting. How did you learn about this and how to do this?
A shaman.
Okay.
Yeah. I was younger and I used to go see shamans. I told you before, to break other energies off of me. And there was one particular shaman. He passed on, but he used to teach me. He said, he taught me to connect to my own spirit. He told me, you need to connect with herbs. You are a herbal woman. You are a mother of the earth. You need to connect. Your gifts evolve around herbs. Those are my tools.
Wow. And when you do the spells, do you connect with your spirit team, your guides in that process?
I do. And that's why it works. I mean, I'm connecting with my spirit guides. I'm connecting with my own energy and the individual.
Now, are you doing this in real time? Let's say we were sitting across from each other and I gave you a goal and you said, okay, I got you. Let me mix this up. Or is this something that you do, behind the scenes? Like, how does that work?
It all depends on how intense it is, but usually I do it behind the scenes. Sometimes the individual wants to see. So sometimes they're allowed to see. It all depends on how intense it is.
Intense?
Yeah.
Wow.
It gets intense. I do bondage rituals as well. Sexual rituals. It gets intense if they want to enhance their sexual life. Yeah.
This gets very specific. I thought it was just, you can. I didn't realize that. I thought it was kind of broad. Bring me more money. Okay, mix it up and sit back and wait.
Yeah. Everything it has an intention. Everything has to be specific. It all, I could just say, hey, I'm ready to win the lottery, but I want to win the lottery. And you got to set your intentions. What are you going to do with that money?
Right. Yep. And then I believe that who doesn't want to win the lottery, right? But I think it also goes into another territory. Do you need to, or versus a want to? And I think if we were to look at our lives, we have pretty much, most of us, what we need. Is it everything? No, but okay, we're good.
You're all good.
But your point, and I completely agree with looking at that intention. All right, you got all this money. What are you going to do with it now?
What are you going to do with it? And that's the same with relationships. Okay. So let's say, for instance, I'll put it on you again. Sorry, Steve.
No problem.
Comes to me and you tell me, hey, I want Lily in my life. We're just going to give her a name. What is your intentions with Lily?
Okay. To enjoy life. I'm going to say spoiler. That's me. That's what I do. As long as it's appreciated.
Exactly.
Keyword there. Keyword. Go places, enjoy new experiences, Lily. Blend our families, whatever it might be. A good intention. Yeah.
So you got to put the recipe in. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can't just open up a pack of hamburger and throw it on the stove. You got to put the seasonings in too, because it's going to be bland.
Yeah.
Because you can get it. It's going to work. Don't get me wrong. It'll work, but it'll just be bland. The relationship will just be bland.
To your point, manifestation, right? So I did manifest what I thought was the perfect person. Everything was there. Magic. Not even kidding. Just showed up, except I didn't manifest one particular part. And it's kind of was a key part in a relationship. And that's where it kind of fell apart. After a period of time. Wasn't surprised. My gut told me. But if all the other pieces, it could have been like a piece of clay. And I just molded it. This is it. Except I didn't. To your point, I wasn't specific enough in everything.
Exactly. And once you unlock the ability to manifest, because there is an art behind it, you'll notice, oh, I forgot that seasoning. Like you did.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is an art. I've been studying it. I was deeper into it and quite honestly took my foot off the manifesting gas, of the car. Just because things weren't, happening. So I'm like, which is the wrong attitude to have. But I kind of, I don't know, maybe got deflated about the whole manifesting thing. But if you keep believing, and I've heard stories, and these are legit from people that have manifested, and that's basically what we're talking about here. You're just doing it in a different way. You're manifesting, but using a tool to do it.
Yes, yes. And I also teach the individual. That's a different course I do. I'll teach you to do your own manifestation,
Wow.
which is very popular because you have your own capabilities.
So with the spells that you create, are we manifesting what we want, and that's just kind of pushing it over the top, kind of ensuring that you've got a better chance of it happening?
Yeah.
Is that kind of what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Interesting. How about some stories of maybe things that you've created spells for, and then the outcome? Anything come to mind recent or in the past?
Okay, I could, because he'll probably come in as one of my guests. I actually have a client I've had for 5 years now, and he's actually my hairdresser. And
I married my hairdresser back in the day. It was a bad idea. I'm just saying. Not kidding.
Well, he's gay, and he's a wonderful person. And he was having some bad luck when it came to love and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I started working with him and did a little something for him. And we manifested his dream husband. He literally came in, swooped him off his feet very quickly, very fast. They got married and they're living great.
Wow. And how long did that take?
I think, I'm not going to lie to you, Steve. I think once I did the candle work for him, I think they met a couple months later.
Incredible. Okay, so that was different. That last time we got together, we were talking about cutting the cord.
Mm-hmm.
And using candles. So you can do this with candles, not just, the jar of water and a substance?
Oh, yeah. I could do it with candles.
Why would you? What's the difference?
With the candles, with the love spell?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, the candle work is more intense if there's somebody else in the way. Third party.
Was that his situation?
He was in his own way.
Okay, fair enough. Wow.
He was in his own way.
I think that describes most of us, actually. When you
sometimes, yeah,
right?
You're in your own way.
And a lot of that, I believe, comes from our past. It comes from maybe our childhood stuff that's in, that was put in way back in the day, but it still gets in the way. A great example. A lot of relationships over the past, 4 years, have been with people, women that have anxiety. They always show up. I'm like an anxiety magnet, but higher level. Everybody has anxiety, but higher levels. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm an empath. I get it. I don't want to be the therapist, help you through.
And that's exactly what I'm getting ready to say. You're supposed to heal them, Steve.
I don't want to.
They're sent to you for a reason.
No, but I thought deep about it, and I believe it's because my mom had anxiety, and I only really realized that after she passed, which was like 5 years ago. It was never on my radar, but when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, she was anxious. She was always worrying about stuff.
Yeah.
And sure enough, that's what shows up for me. Like, but elevated. I'm not talking like, little bit of, worry here and there, more elevated. And it seems to be, that was the history of what was showing up. And yes, I was the therapist in the beginning, but now I'm like, no, I don't want to do that anymore.
You don't want that no more. I get it. So, maybe we'll do a little something to block that.
That would be helpful, but
I also do that too. I do blockages as well to block certain energies.
Would that be similar to the cord cutting?
Very, very similar.
Gotcha. Wow. This is super cool. Like I've talked to a lot of people that work with energy, maybe manipulated if you want to call it that, but not to this level where it's very specific. What's your goal? We're going to take care of that. Usually it's energy in terms of clearing out your chakras or, Reiki and things like that. Not to this degree, which is so useful. You want to get things done. Cord cutting, I've messed around with that a little bit. And I think it's worked, but Okay, question. You cut the cord with somebody, right? Mm-hmm. Situation. Is it definite? Like you do it and it's done? Or if there's situations or thoughts, does the cord come back or can it?
Yes, sometimes it is. Yes, sometimes because they're destined to come back to your life because you have unfinished business. And remember I was telling you have unfinished business with that person?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what is unfinished business? Could that be?
It could be all kinds of things. It could be anything. It could be you need to help them financially, or you need to help them emotionally, or you just need to say sorry and goodbye face to face in the right way.
Gotcha. Wow. That's a whole other podcast, forgiveness.
I know.
Forgiveness, right?
Forgiveness is big.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is big.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean you condone what somebody may have done, but yeah.
Be the bigger person.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? The older I get, the things that my mom always used to say come back. And when I was younger, I would say, my parents are old. What do they know? But that would, take the high road. She would always say that.
Yes, I've always heard that, and now I understand it.
Now I understand.
Like, believe me, people get into me. People dig in my life. People just and I'm just like, oh, why can't I? You know what? I'm going to take the higher road.
Yeah. And the other one, you always hear, just go with the flow. What the hell does that mean?
Which flow?
Right. Until you think about it. And then I get the visual of a river. You're flowing down the river. That's the universe taking you, right, in the current. But you fight it. Like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go. So you grab a log. You grab maybe a rock or something. You hold on, or you try and swim against it. You go in there anyway. It's sending you that way. For a reason, because the universe knows what's best for you.
Exactly.
So you might as well just get up, float on your back, and go that way. Because, like they say, if there's a lesson for you to learn, you're going to learn it no matter what.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how many cord cuttings you do, how many jars you do, how much candle work you do. If God wants you to have that unfinished business with that particular person or that situation, it's going to happen regardless.
Right. So you can fight it and then waste time, i.e. swim against the current or whatever you're going to be doing, or just let it take you. Let it take you.
Exactly. That's life. It's the world.
So I checked out your website. Very cool. A lot of information up there and super simple to find. DR, as in doctor, lovejennifer.com. drlovejennifer.com. Go there, start the conversation. I look at it this way. What do you have to lose if you're feeling this energy thing? Why not? And the manifestation, trust me, it works. Got to do it right, though.
It works. It works. Believe me, it works.
Yeah. Awesome having you on here today. Really appreciate it. And
good to be here.
Yeah, lots more to talk about in the future.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. Okay. And we'll be right back. Hang on. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.